All right, what's up, guys? So welcome to the live stream. We are going to take a look at Bitcoin and a couple of altcoins, and yeah, and welcome everyone from the Birb Nest. I'm pretty sure we got a lot of new people in here, so welcome to all of you new people. So these types of live streams we are doing on a daily basis for the members of the Birb Nest community, the exclusive Nest Club community. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out thebirbnest.com. And if you guys have any problems with the sound or the quality of the picture, the video, or anything like that, just let me know in the chats, and I will try to fix it for you. And I'm going to link a tweet in the chat because we have, like I said, I think we have a lot of new people in here, and you might not know that we are running a 7 days trial for the exclusive Birb Nest community. So definitely check that out. I've got the link in the chat. It's a link from Birb himself, right? So check out the link if you guys want to try out the Birb Nest exclusive club membership for 7 days. There we go. There's the link. Sound is good. Perfect. Thank you, Vapor Wizard. Wish. God damn it! I can't. Like, I can't pronounce words. All right, so here we go. Here's Bitcoin with a lot of horizontals. I should probably remove some of these. I kind of like to have them all on the chart because they are important, right? They're all in major support and resistance areas. But you know what? I'm going to instead of using them as purely horizontals, I'm just gonna put out a couple of boxes instead, just to make the chart a bit cleaner. So let's start off by cleaning up some shit here. Well, should probably not use the magnet tool when doing this. Alright, so that's better. We got a support down here. We got another support down in this area. Obviously not perfect areas, but it's what we're looking at right now, and the areas should probably be redefined when price action comes closer to the levels, right? And let's remove the Fibonacci tool here, and I'm gonna keep that one up here. I'm going to go down into daily and look at this level. I'll remove that one because we got the range up here. And we got this support that we're trading inside right now. All right, so first of all, I want to show you the short that we pulled off in the Birb Nest. All right, so as you guys might have seen on Twitter, we had a pretty, is it this one? Yeah, so pretty nice short got played in the community for a nice 7-hour trade, right? So I'm gonna go through just a little bit what I'm gonna just quickly go through what made me think, what made me take this short setup right here. Let's put on the take profit orders, and as you can see here, we tapped the last take profit perfectly here. So let me quickly break down what happened up here. All right. So we were trading inside a range up here, right? It's pretty simple idea here, right? You got the range here. Let's use, so when marking out ranges, you wanna start off by using the point where price, you know, got reacted first, you know, where you had a strong move up reaction, and then you use the low of that move, which is down here, right? So let's extend it to the left, and let's extend it to the right, and you will see that we have range high up here. Let's use the 15-minute chart to get some more candles in here. As you can see here, we got range EQ here, right? That's the middle of the range, right? That's range EQ. We got range high up here, range low down here. So as you can see here, we first reclaimed range EQ, bounced off it for a move upwards, right? We then broke down through range EQ. We came up for a bearish retest and continued down, right? And I was watching the 15-minute chart, and when you see this type of, you know, retests of the support level over and over again, and remember guys, this was, you know, posted in the Birb community long before this move actually happened. And like I said, we're doing these live, you know, sessions. We got about how many are we? I think we're 4 traders, like active traders in the community, and we're doing like these live trading sessions and these live streams every day for you guys, right? So every day we got these webinars we're doing privately for the Birb members, so they knew that this was coming, right? And I remember on a webinar I told them that, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this was the 5th retest, right? So we keep testing support. And what does that mean? Well, it means that the support level, as support, it becomes weaker with every touch, right? But it becomes stronger as resistance once it flips, if you have a lot of tests before the breakdown. All right, hopefully that makes sense. And if it's not clear for anyone, please, you can ask me to repeat that in the chat, because it's super important, right? And as you can see here, like I showed you up here, we tested support here, we broke down, and we came out for a bearish retest, and we continued down, right? Now, what happened down here is the same thing, right? You keep testing support here, you break down on the 5th retest, right? You come up for the first bearish retest, right? And that's going to be your entry, right? When I posted this setup, I remember on Twitter, this was also posted on Twitter for all my followers to see. So if you want to see more trades like this, definitely hit me up on Twitter. I'm at LiBZ42. I know it's a weird fucking nickname, but that's me. So you had breakdown and the first retest, and I remember posting on Twitter that we wanted to see a 4-hour open and close below range low to activate the setup, right? That's what I was looking for. What did we get? Well, we got a 4-hour open and close below range low, and that activated the setup to go short here. And the stop loss is going to be above the thrust candle, which is the candle that broke the level that we are shorting, and also above the last high pre-breakdown candle, right? So, and I like to use the 4-hour when, even if I'm trading on the 15-minute or the 1-hour, I like to place my stop loss levels based on the 4-hour, because I think the 4-hour is, for me, in my opinion, when trading these moves, I think the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin is one of the most reliable. And waiting for 4-hour open and closes, I think it's a very good strategy, because you never run the risk of getting faked out on the hourly, like we're seeing so many times. So often do we see Bitcoin do fake outs on the 1-hourly, but when you get a 4-hour open and close above or below a significant level, you know that the level has comfortably been broken, right? So let me just run through my take profit areas, right? So these are based on, let's see, the first take profit area down here was the previous range high, which is a, you know, the first trouble area, right? All right, so this is the first trouble area. That's going to be your first take profit. And the first trouble area is really this whole area right here. I choose to use this whole area is going to be your first trouble area. I choose to use the high because I want to make sure that my take profit actually hit, because we might get a move like this, right? And I want to take profit here. And when we took profit here, I want to move my stop here to minimize the risk, right? My next take profit is going to be slightly below this first take trouble area at this high right here, because it kind of looks like with this bounce here and this high here, it kind of looks like Bitcoin was in for a bounce here. Obviously we did not get that, but you still have to take that into consideration. And my last take profit was all the way down here around the 8K area, and it's pretty obvious why I choose that area. Let's go out to the weekly, and you can see that this is a very clear high time frame previous resistance area, right? Go down to the daily. This is actually the breakout level where we broke out of this. We had this uptrend here, and everybody was, you know, expecting a heavy reaction up here. This was obviously a very important high time frame resistance area. We just, you know, just flew right through it, right? So we broke out of this resistance area, and that's obviously going to be my last take profit because of how big chance it actually is that Bitcoin bounces down here. Now, for full disclosure, I'm actually 100% USDT. I think I might be 10% Bitcoin. I should probably check my portfolio, but I'm not sure if I got my bids filled down here. So I might be 90% USD, 100% USD. So the reason for me not to buy Bitcoin down here is because I'm like, the halving is coming up in, is it 1 or 2 days? Something like that. So the halving is coming up, and I'm not feeling sure about, like, do you want a long Bitcoin in the halving? Because I think this might be, like, I think this might have been the halving pump, right? I mean, it looks pretty good, right? It's a pretty strong, I think, 170% move, or 165 or something like that. Let's see. So, I mean, if you're waiting for, yeah, 180%, if you're waiting for the halving pump, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for, right? I mean, sure, it might pump like crazy, but like, you never know. I think it's more likely that the halving is going to be a sell the news event. The thing is, when you get a strong impulsive move on the weekends, you usually never get, well, yeah, well, I wouldn't say never, because it obviously happens, but you usually don't get follow through coming into next week. What I mean by that is, when you have a strong down move on the weekends, you usually don't continue down immediately on Monday or Tuesday, right? That's what I've seen, and it kind of makes sense. And what I'm looking for now on Bitcoin, so we got a potential 17% move up to this last high here. So what I'm waiting for on Bitcoin is, are we going to go back up into this area, right? Let's go down, let's go to the Bitstamp chart instead. So what I'm looking for here is, let's remove the range. So are we going to come up into this area again and take out this high? That would be super, super bullish, right? And that's the area where I want to, you know, start going heavy into Bitcoin. But right now, it kind of looks like we are breaking the daily trend, right? And you got to remember, guys, like, the higher time frames is bearish. That we're actually very, very bearish. I can't speak. Sorry, guys, I can't speak. The weekly trend is down. All right, so the weekly trend is down, and the weekly trend is going to be down until it's not, right? Because the trend is your friend until the end of trend, and right now the trend is down, right? So the weekly trend is down, and the daily trend kind of looks like it's forming a lower low. And if we fail to take out this area, we are forming a lower high. And what does that mean? Lower lows and lower highs means a downtrend. So if we fail to make a higher high here, and by making a higher high, I mean, we actually need to get above 10.5k. We need to take out this area, right? Because that's the high time frame resistance. It's the area that will push us into the weekly uptrend. And when Bitcoin is a weekly uptrend, you can just check its price history here. Obviously, I don't have to draw anything on this, but you can kind of see that the weekly trend is really capturing the trends very nicely. When Bitcoin is in a weekly downtrend, it tends to be in a weekly downtrend for quite some time. And when it's in a weekly uptrend, it tends to stay in a weekly uptrend for quite some time. So if we can create a weekly uptrend for Bitcoin on the high time frames, I'm super bullish for Bitcoin in the long term, and I definitely think we will see a move to 14k and later hopefully take out the all-time highs. Will it happen now? Well, like, I want to say I think we will go to 20k like post-halving or pretty soon, but you gotta remember, guys, the trend is down, and the trend is going to stay down until it reverses and we will see a new weekly uptrend. All right, so you want to see probably like the lower time frames too. So let's go down into the 4-hour chart here, and we'll take a look at the most recent, the closest support and resistances. And just by looking at this, it kind of looks like we want to break down here, right? Because we broke out here, right? We had 1 test, 2 test, 3 test, 4 test. Just like we got up here on the 4-hour, or sorry, the 15-minute ride. Price action tends to repeat itself. History tends to repeat itself, right? As technical analysts, we look at patterns and we try to, at least for me as a trader, I try to predict the price action in the short term, because I'm a trader. I hold my position from everything from an hour to a week, but mostly like a day or two. So I'm looking at the most immediate support levels and the most immediate resistance areas, right? And right now what I'm seeing is we got a very nice level here that's confluent with the daily 21 EMA. Let's add the moving averages and see if it's actually, yeah, so we're right on the daily 21 EMA, which is very nice, right? Zoom in here and change this. So as you can see, I like to have my my important moving averages, the ones I'm actually watching, on as horizontals. I then remove the moving averages from the chart to get it, you know, cleaner, because I got them as horizontals here. And as a trader, I only look at horizontal levels. So that's, you know, all good to me. So the daily 21 EMA is very important. Why is it important? Well, let's add it on and look at the price action history of the 21 EMA on the daily. So the yellow line is this one. Where is the yellow line? All right, here we go. So as you can see here, as long as we are staying above the yellow 21 EMA on the daily, we tend to be pretty bullish, right? And as long as we break down, we tend to be, you know, bearish for a significant amount of time. And when we get like a breakout out of the 21 EMA, we usually come down and test it, right? Like here, we broke down, came up and tested it for the first retest and dumped straight through, right? We broke above, I'd say we broke above in this area, right? It's not really clean, right? But as you can see, like I'd say we broke out here, right? And this is now, I would argue, the first proper retest of the 21 EMA daily since breaking out of this range down here, right? So it's very important now that the 21 EMA on the daily will hold, right? And the problem though is below the 21 EMA in the daily, we have the 200 simple, the 200 EMA, the daily 55 EMA, and the 21 EMA and the weekly, all aligning in this area below here, right? Confluent with the breakout point of this last breakout, right? And what do you usually get when you get a breakout? You get a retest, right? So what are we looking for? Well, we're looking for a potential retest of the breakout area. Where is the breakout area? Around 8K. This is the breakout area, and we have a lot of confidence in the breakout area with the 200 simple, 200 EMA, like I said, in the daily 55 EMA, and the 21 EMA on the weekly, like you can see here, right? We did come down and test it here, I would argue, but looking at the hourly here, what does this tell you? Well, this tells me that this was the first retest of the 21 EMA in a daily, but it's like the fourth test of this support. We broke the 21 EMA in daily, confident with this support, and we are now coming up for a bearish retest, right? I think we are going to get rejected either up here or up here for a move down to 8K. Now, this is not a trade setup, all right? I'm not taking this trade. I made a lot of money shorting this move, a lot of money, guys. I'm not interested in jumping in a trade right away after taking one of the biggest wins of my career. I'm not interested in jumping in straight into a new trade. Because usually when you have big winners, that's when you, like, right after you get your big winners, that's when you like, the mind tends to play tricks with you when winning big. So when winning big, I try to stay away from trading for at least 24 hours. And it kind of fits well with this being a Sunday. I usually don't trade on weekends. I like to, wait till Monday. So depending on how Monday price action looks, I might buy more Bitcoin down here. What I like to do to fill up my Bitcoin bags would be a move like this, right? Let's go to the 4 hour. So we might break down here, right? We're seeing like the first potential bearish retest. We might come down and test this area. If we bounce here, and we'll start seeing like a daily close, or at least a 4 hour open and close above this area, I might want to buy some Bitcoin on the retest here for a move up here. Same procedure here, breakout, first retest, buy some here, sell some here, and then we are back up around the high time frame area, which is super important to break to the upside. And I'm going to show you why it's very important. I'm seeing a lot of people, God damn it. I'm seeing a lot of new people coming in, so I just want to say welcome to everybody. And don't forget, we are running a trial in the Birb nest. Yeah, sure, you can do short request. I will take care of the short request for you guys in after I've done Bitcoin, most probably. So I've linked to a Twitter post from the Birb himself, where you can get a free day trial to the Birbness community exclusive club, where we make these types of live trading sessions every day for you guys, and we are available to take care of you guys 24/7 every day of the year, even Christmas. Yeah, I probably can't promise you that, but I guess I have to do that now. I'll be with you. I'll be your Santa Claus. All right, so I want to show you this chart. This is a beautiful chart, and I'll show you why. I like the RLC, and the RLC is the area between the 0618 and the 0786 Fibonacci retracement level, right? This is the short RLC, and if you reverse it, you will find the long RLC, right? Like that. And let me tell you a little bit about the RLC, right? Let's see. Let's remove this, and we'll start with a fresh chart when I can show you how this actually works. All right, so we got the Bitcoin chart here. We got the super mega awesome pump to 20K, where everybody thought they were going to be a millionaire, including me, guys. I bought Bitcoin at $19,000. Obviously, I started trading down at, I think, 2,000 or something like that. But I remember telling my girlfriend, like, give me all your money, I want to invest in Bitcoin. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, give me all your money, Bitcoin is going to $100,000. He's like, okay. She gave me a lot of money. I bought Bitcoin 19K. She's asking me like yesterday how much Bitcoin was worth, and I'm like, well, it's close. We're getting there, right? We're getting there. Obviously, that's a lie, because we might take a long time before we hit all-time high again. But luckily, she's not a Bitcoin trader, so she's not like super sure about the price. Maybe she will be soon, because this is getting big, right? All right, so let's take a look at the RLC. All right, so we'll measure the RLC by using this high up here at this low down here. There we go. This is the short RLC, right? Let's extend it to the right. And as you can see here, we moved up into the short RLC and got a perfect, well, not perfect. Perfect reaction would be, you know, getting rejected by the midpoint of the RLC here, but a very decent, nice reaction up here, right? That's it. Let's see. And we're now going to take a look at, like, I measured the RLC using this high to this low. We're now going to measure the RLC using this high to this low, right? This could be used on all time frames. It's not only applicable to the Bitcoin. It can be used on like the 5-minute chart. Well, probably not the 5-minute chart, but like the 4-hour, the hourly, whatever. So it's applicable to a lot of, you know, basically all assets and all time frames. It's just, it's called a golden pocket too, I think. Let's see. Let's use the high up here to the low down there, and you will notice something very, very interesting, right? What do you know? What do you know? We got the short RLC up here. So just what happened here when it got directed at 14K just now happened here. And the short RLC is also confluent with the area I've been showing you. That's the high time frame resistance, and it's also the area that needs to break for us to begin a new weekly trend. And if we get like a weekly open and close above this area, I think we see something like this, right? That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking for this weekly downtrend to turn into a weekly bull trend. Simple as that. So if you have any questions, all right, so I got a question here. It's understandable that testing support makes it weaker, but what is the reason that it becomes resistance once flipped? Well, the reason is pretty simple, right? The market, you get, you know, a level being used as support, and you know the market agrees that this is, you know, Bitcoin is worth more than you know 8,500, so it keeps bouncing, right? But the more you touch this level, the more people willing to buy the liquidity will be absorbed down here. That's what I'm trying to say, right? And if you can't, like, if we keep testing this level, it will eventually break down, because you can't have buyers in one zone like forever, right? So when it actually breaks down and the market accepts price below what has been support, right, it's pretty, you know, logical that next time we come up here we will get a lot of sellers, right? And because that we had a lot of buyers up here, you know, trying to keep price above this as support, when we broke down and we lost those buyers, a lot of the people that bought down here and got stopped out are now looking to, you know, to potentially short that move, right? Or get out in you know, let's say they entered down here and we broke down, they haven't exited down here, so we're coming back up and they want to exit here. So we get a lot of sellers, and that's why it will flip to resistance, right? And also because it's like the most basic way of trading. Like probably in all, I wouldn't say all, but I'd say 95% of all trading systems is based on these horizontal levels, right? And It's very simple to trade it. I mean, it's so goddamn simple to trade it. It's just get a bounce here, right? Support is broken. You wait for a retest. You short this level because now the market has accepted Bitcoin below this support. Next time you come up and test it, it will likely get rejected, right? You short here for a move down, right? Same happens here. Get a level here, right? You break down, retest, continuation downwards, right? And same happens here. You break out, first retest, continuation. Second retest, continuation. You have a level here, breakout, first retest here, continuation, right? Very, very simple. Like you're seeing here, breakout a resistance here, you come down for a first retest, you get a bounce, right? And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for price to dip down into the liquidity pocket down here, where you will most likely have a lot of buyers. I want to see a confirmed bounce and a reclaim of that area, reclaim to 21 EMA daily with a daily open and close above, and that would give me a long signal to fill up my bags for Bitcoin. And I would then target first this area around 9.3 and then 10k and 10.5k. That's when I will most likely sell most of my position again and put in a trailing stop below this area. And if we break out of this level, like I said, I expect way higher prices for Bitcoin, so I would probably enter on a breakout and fill up some more of my bag on a breakout and retest, right? All right, so LiBZ42, I'll gladly take a look at LiBZ42 because I'm actually in a trade in LiBZ42. This is a official call from Jay, a trader in our group, right? So I think the official call is way better than my actual position, right? So let's see, where do we have the official call? Let's see if I can screenshot this. Yes. This is from our Discord, right? So as you can see here, we had the buy, and the buy was between 375 and 393. So let's say 375 around down in this area, basically buying in anticipation of a breakout. So it was pretty close to this setup, but it's still looking pretty good. And I got my trailing stop down here. So let's see, I guess you're not in a position, or are you in a position? And I'll take a look at the chart from your perspective, like where you entered. I remember I posted an idea too, not an official call, based on an idea that if we get a breakout, you could long the first retest of this area, which worked out pretty nicely with a stop below this wick down here. That would have worked out pretty beautifully too. But as you can see here, I've got my two last. I'm taking 25% off at TP1, 20% off at first take profit, and 20 on each of the other ones. So that means I will have 20% left of my position up at the last take profit up here. I would then add a trailing stop to let the last 20% of my position basically just let it run. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at on LiBZ42. Let's see if we can find, I guess you're not in position, and if you are not in a position, let's see if we can find any decent decent levels. Let's make a setup on this one in case you are not in a position. So let's assume you are not in a position. So what do we have here? Well, 4 hour, we got the, I think this level is pretty obvious, right? We got these highs up here, this level down here. I think that's a pretty obvious level that could act as a decent support level. So the trade on this one, I think, I mean, this one is most likely this level up here at around 47 or 48k sats, I think is going to act as strong resistance, and obviously this one up here. So I'm not sure about entering link right now. How big would that move be? Well, 10%. So if you're looking for a 10% move, that obviously is a good entry, but I would say that you want to see link reclaim the 48k sats level first. You want to see this type of move, right? And that would be a great entry. Wait for a breakout and then long the first retest with I'd say at least a 4-hour close above 48,488 sats, or just if the best case, like the best confirmation in my opinion, is a 4-hour open close. But if alt starts to perform pretty well, which I think they actually will, then you might not have the time to enter on a breakout, so you might want to you could probably go with the 4-hour close above. Well, let's take a look at this level here. It's not really a super clean setup because you have the high up here, so we got reacted up here. So the first take profit, like the first trouble area, is this high up here, so it's very close. This is way too close. And where would you have your stop loss? Let's say you have your entry here, right? So this is going to be your entry. Like I want to have my stop below the last. See what's happening with BTC. Yeah, we're getting the bearish retest of the 21 EMA daily. It looks like it can't really get above, so I'm glad I'm in USDT right now. I will have to really look for confirmation of a bounce before I buy this one. Okay, let's go back to link BTC. Like I want to have my stop below the last swing low on the 4-hour, and I think this is comfortable stop down here, but like it would be a 2R here. But I mean, you want to take some profits here, and that's a 1R. I think, I mean, sure, maybe, right? All right, so reply. What do you want to reply to? I haven't seen a question. All right, so I think this is a decent stop loss level for link BTC. Let's zoom in if you want to have an even tighter stop. To be honest, I don't think there should be a tighter stop on this one. It's way too risky to put your stop above this support area, to be honest. So yeah, I gotta be careful with link BTC. Another one I'm watching and I want to show you guys is Algo BTC. So I'm looking for this on Algo BTC, right? And I think, yeah, so right now we're getting reacted by this level right here. It should be red as support, right? So let's see red as resistance. Let's change it into resistance. So what I want to see on Algo BTC is basically a reclaim of this area for a move up into this area. That would be your first take profit, right? Probably first take profit down here around 25, 27. But reclaim this one, and I think we're going to hit, you know, it's going to go pretty high, I think, on Algo, especially if we get a lot, you know, some nice when altcoins begin to perform well, which I think they will if Bitcoin dominance you know, continues to fall. So I think it's time to do our, you know, the actual giveaway, because I've been streaming for 40 minutes now, and like the idea was to not go over an hour, so I think it's a good time to do the actual Twitter giveaway. So I'm giving away $25 in Bitcoin or USDT, whatever currency you want. I think it's better with USDT because I'm full. I got wait. I got. That's what I got. Let's take a look at the XTC USDT. So pesos, good old pesos. All right, so let's take a look at this one first, and then we'll dive into the contest. All right, so how come I do not have a chart for this one? That's weird. Should have one. I think I got a better. Maybe I charted it on Bitfinex. All right, here we go. So it's on Bitfinex. Yeah, so Felix Martin, do you have recommendations for trading platforms depending on the location based in the Birb list? I'm not sure I understand the question, but trading platform, do you mean exchange or do you mean like I'm not sure I understand the question, sorry. Yeah, we'll take a look at the Ethereum too. So I got this box marked out here. I haven't taken a look at this one. So this one is obviously support, and yeah, so we had a nice bounce here. Let's add a level here because that makes sense, right? So as long as Tesos can hold, you know, this level, I think it's good to go, right? And I think the next resistance above is this area here, right? And yeah, we had the first retest. I mean, this looks exactly like Bitcoin, right? So we need to reclaim the, let's say, the 2.6 to 2.7 area for Tesos to be bullish. If we lose the 2.37 area, we are most likely going down to around $2, I think. And this is also that, you know, obviously depending on how Bitcoin's price action, you know, behaves in the next couple of days. Or I mean, the USDT pairs obviously go with Bitcoin's price action. As long as Bitcoin is bearish, I'm definitely bearish on this, obviously. And I would not be in any altcoin versus USDT positions right now. I was in a Tradomatic, and I'm going to show you that one. Obviously, this one did not turn out great. I mean, I want to show you this one anyway. I think the stop loss level was valid. We did, you know, move even lower, and I think this is going lower. So the whole day, I just barely missed my take profit one on this one. But I mean, you lose some, you win some, right? And I think this was, you know, definitely a trade worth taking, because the idea here was to, I mean, I had a short open on Bitcoin, so I did expect Bitcoin to drop. But if it didn't drop and I get, you know, if I got you know, stopped out on my short and Bitcoin started to, you know, take out the high time frame resistance, this one would have, you know, performed very, very well, I think, because look at this level here. I think it's yeah, I think Matic looked very good, so I would made a lot of money on this one. But now instead I made a lot of money on the Bitcoin short. So that's one way you can play it, right? All right, so let's do the giveaway. Yeah, I think I will take a look at the Ethereum USDT2 index, and yeah, I think Bitcoin has more downside. Well, I can't really say stuff like that because yeah, I think. All right, so recommendation for exchange for a certain country. Sorry for the unclear question. I just want to join Discord. I will just join the Discord. Well, Binance. I'm trading on Binance. I think if you can access Binance, that's the best one. I do all my trading on Binance basically, because like Binance has all the altcoins I want to trade, and BitMEX, of course, good old BitMEX. You wanna short some shit and make a lot of fucking money, go BitMEX is your go-to exchange. I know a lot of people are hating on BitMEX, but I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so here we go. Here's the giveaway. All right, so let's do it. We got the tweet here, numbers of winners. 1, All right. Yeah, Binance, you can short on Binance too, obviously, but I like when margin trading, I like BitMEX. I don't like Binance for margin trading, just basically because I don't have a lot of experience with Binance margin trading, and I think, I mean, I've read some shit about it. I've read some not so good, great stuff about margin trading and Binance, so I'm trying to keep, stay away from that because I like BitMEX, right? And I get, I had some. I've been trading on Bybit too. Bybit is a pretty cool exchange, but I for some reason I keep going back to BitMEX. I don't know why. Like BitMEX is where I lost so much money, so it's kind of like it's traumatic for me. So maybe that's like the shy in me when I return to the scene of the crime or some shit like that. All right, so let's just press draw. Where's the winner? Who's the winner? DC_247. That's your winner right there. All right, congratulations, man. All right, cool. This guy has actually been following me for quite some time. So yeah, beautiful. That's great. I think maybe this guy is also in the Birbness. I think he actually is. All right, so congratulations to you, man. Send me a DM with your BTC address, and I will send you some Bitcoins. I think now is a good opportunity because Bitcoin is cheap. All right, beautiful. That's it. Congratulations, man. I'm gonna save this one because I'm gonna screenshot it and post it on tweet. All right, so let's do the short requests. Ethereum versus USDT. Ethereum versus USDT on Binance. This is the one I got. So I've shared this one, and I remember I had a short request in the Discord, and I remember saying like we had this range, and if we break out we might hit this high time frame resistance above. Obviously we broke down with Bitcoin. We did test the 21 EM and the weekly and had a beautiful bounce of that one, and we had the 200 simple on the daily below down in this support. So it's kind of like this looks like Bitcoin, right? This is the equivalent to Bitcoin's $8,000 area, right? So if Bitcoin can hold $8,000, Ethereum will also hold this level. And what I'm looking for Ethereum to go long is either a move like this, you go long here, or a move up like this and you go long here on the breakout and first retest, right? That's what I'm looking for on Ethereum. And also something interesting I want to see here, and I want to show you guys on Bitcoin is I've showed you the long RLC and the short RLC, right? I just want to show you guys this, right? Because like the RLC tends to get, I mean, if we get a move down here, if we break down, you gotta keep in mind that you have like the RLC is down here, right? You gotta keep that in mind. You gotta remember that. If we break 8K, like I want to show you both cases because I'm a Bitcoin bull, 100% I'm a Bitcoin bull, but I'm also a trader, and as a trader you can't be a mega bull or a perma bear or whatever. You gotta trade level by level, right? And I'm just trying to I look at the chart, I mark out levels, and if price is above a level, it's support, and if it's below a level, it's resistance. And if it's below a level, I want to short it. If it's above a level, I want to long it. Right? Very simple. I want to buy support, I want to sell the resistance. If this turns into resistance, I see a move down into 8K. If 8K turns into resistance, I see a move down into the RLC likely, right? And the RLC is 6K. If we for some reason lose the RLC, we are going to test the 3K area, right? All the way down here, because that's my levels. And when one level breaks, the other one gets tested. So I can't really tell you guys like, is Bitcoin going down? I can't really answer that, because what I can say is just look at the chart, and if you are an investor, you might have another mindset than me, but as a trader, you gotta take it one level at a time. And I promise you, like most traders you talk to, like most professional traders you talk to, will say the same thing, right? You know, trade it one level at a time, right? You trade it one level at a time. I can't repeat that enough. It's so super important, right? Just give me a minute quick here. All right. All right, just give me 1 minute, okay? Yeah, just give me a minute, I'll be back. I'll do the rest of the recast in just my 1 minute. All right, I'm back. So, where were I? Okay, levels by levels, right? Level by level. So every experienced trader, every professional trader will tell you that as a trader, you gotta take it one level at a time, right? Very super important. So I'm not really in the business of telling you guys where Bitcoin will go in the long-term future, because nobody knows, and nobody can know. I can, however, tell you where I think Bitcoin will go based on the closest levels. And I think I've already done that, but I will go through it again, right? We are testing support over and over again. And what does that tell you? It tells you that it is likely to break down. So, where's the next level? The next level is down here. What I can tell you is, if we break this level, we will test this level, and we will most likely... Yeah, you can definitely buy calls from Discord group. I'm not sure what you mean, but check out the birbnest.com. Yeah, we have a call, like a call subscription too. We have a different types of subscriptions, right? You can join only for the calls, and you will only get like our trade ideas. Obviously, it's not financial advice. I'm not the financial advisor and all that stuff, but our trade ideas for educational purposes you can get from only the calls package. And if you want the whole deal, if you want these live trading sessions every day, and guys, I'm talking like every day, and some days we even have multiple sessions. Like right now, we got 2 live streams going. This one is the public one, and we got one private one where Kong, we have a trader, and he's actually worked as a market maker, and he's a beautiful margin trader. He's actually having a live webinar now in our private Discord. We do not have yeah, exactly, and we don't have a copy trade right now. But it might be coming in the future. Might be coming, but I can't disclose anything like that right now. Let's go back to the short request. Ethereum USDT. I think I'm done with Ethereum USDT. If you yeah, thanks you, Ryan. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, I like the financial advisors would probably tell you to put a lot of money in like this long-term savings account pre-corona, right? And you get the corona pump. And I looked at, I own a couple of you know, ETFs, like, you know, like some long-term investment ETFs or whatever. I can't really, I don't know what the English word is for it, to be honest, but it was a couple of funds that my manager at the bank recommend me, and they're down like 35%. So that motherfucker, right? That's my financial advisor, and I'm gonna show him my portfolio. I'm actually up like a huge amount on my portfolio with this, you know, Corona pump. Because guys, I gotta show you this. In the Birbness community, we sold Bitcoin at 10K, right? So when we were up here, let me show you. When we were up here, when the daily trend was broken, because you have low, high, low, high, low, you have high, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high, right? That's your uptrend. And you then get that this is your lower low too, obviously. Higher low, sorry. But you're now starting to get lower highs, right? And that was the signal to exit. This is, in my opinion, a pretty obvious top, right? Just like you saw on the low time frames here, right? Get the trend up, lower highs, lower lows. Be short to bearish retest, right? So we actually and we long this. I'm gonna show you guys. This is pretty amazing stuff, to be honest. Let's see, where do we have the actual long trade? Let's see, ape. Yeah, I can't find it right now, but we actually did long this breakout, we shorted this breakdown, and we sold Bitcoin at 10K. So when the rest of the world is losing a lot of money, we are actually making money on this whole crisis. Why? Because we are traders, right? And as traders, we make money even if Bitcoin goes up or down, right? That's just how we do it, right? So with or without Corona, or with or without a world in a financial crisis, as a trader, you gotta prepare for everything. And that's what I'm doing here. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, take it level by level. You can't just take a look at the chart and you take a look at this chart and you see this, right? And you see this, right? And you then see Bitcoin down here and you do this, right? So you're like, oh wow, Bitcoin is gonna go 2x, right? Because everybody says so. Because it's a wonderful technology. Well, most people are fucking idiots. And there's nothing that says Bitcoin won't go down to 3K, right? So buy up here without a stop loss and just hodl. You might be down like 70% of your bag. But as a trader, that you can't do that stuff. You gotta be careful with your money, right? You gotta, most traders got a lot of money in their portfolio, and it's not worth wasting that money. So you gotta prepare for every possible scenarios. And I find it that taking it one level at a time is the best way to prepare for any scenarios, right? So if in a big Bitcoin position, you put your stop below the closest support, right? Give it some room, obviously, because you got some stop hunts and all that. Be careful with your money, guys. Don't invest more than you can lose. And take care of your portfolio like it's, part of your family, like it's your little child, well, that's a very, very bad example because you actually risk a lot of your portfolio. Yeah, that's a bad example. But take care of your money. This is what it's going to keep you alive in the long run as a trader. Being able to preserve your capital on a long-term scale, that's the number one priority as a trader. If you can't do that, you're not going to make a lot of money in trading. All right, so, and I just have to repeat that because it's super important. Number one rule as a trader is to preserve your capital. It's not about making more money. It's about preserving your capital, right? Because if you can preserve your capital, the profits will come. If you learn proper risk management and you learn how to protect yourself against potential downside, the money will come because you will learn how to increase your portfolio. But the first step is to teach yourself and learn how to preserve your capital. If you learn how to do that, you will become successful, I promise you guys. And I think a lot of you are watching this, and I think a lot of you are looking at DEX. All right, so which one is it? Which one do you want to see? I need clarification in case I actually take a look at the completely wrong one. Or is it the legacy markets, or is it might be this one. Let's see. Chart alerts, not short alerts. Yeah, you gotta be specific on which one it actually is, because I don't want to short, you know, the wrong short. All right. So let's see. Do we have any more? Charge requests? Let's see. XRP. All right. So Vapor Wizard, do you want XRP sharded against USDT or BTC? Can we short 8,865 to 9,000? You can. Obviously you can. Is it a good idea? Let's see. Right here, 1,200. So you're asking me if you can short this whole area, or if you can short this one or both. I'm not sure what you mean. But looking at the 1 hour here, I would not short this area, because you shorting here would be you short above, like slightly above support or above resistance. I would not be shorting up there. 9.2 is definitely a better area to short. But like it's hard to answer that really, because like of course you can short this area up here. Is it a good idea? I mean, it's not a bad idea, because you have this consolidation area here before the breakout. So this is like, I would say that this is pretty much could be the low pre-breakdown. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I would definitely not short this area blindly. And what I mean by blindly is short it without any confirmation. You just put in orders here and hope for the best, right? You want to see price action actually come up and test this area for an actual bearish retest, right? So move like this, right? Maybe get a move up here, run the stops, come down, and this. So that's when you want to short. You don't want to short right here, because you're going to get stopped out, right? You want to short when you actually get the confirmation of a reaction and you short this area, right? That's what I'm looking for. Like up here, you could have shorted here like I did, but you could have also shorted when we broke down these lows, right? So you get a breakdown, retest of the breakout area, you then come down quickly and you take at this area. That you could have easily shorted this, but it just went way quickly here, so you would probably not have had the time to get on that move. CME gap, I don't care about CME gaps. I don't trade. It has nothing to do with my TA. I'm sorry, but I don't care about the CME gaps. I find it pretty useless to spend my time on CME gaps. UBT Ethereum. I always find it weird to short something against Ethereum. UBT, that's UBbright or Unibright or something like that, right? Seems like it doesn't have a... Seems like it doesn't have a Ethereum pair. I can't really help you with that. Or do you mean you want to short UBT and Ethereum? Alright, so Ethereum, blah blah blah. We got XRP. Let's take a look at XRP because everybody loves XRP, right? So let's take a look at XRP BTC. This is something that Unibright. How the fuck do you spell that? Bright. Unibright Bitcoin. You want me to short Unibright Bitcoin or Unibright versus Ethereum? I can't short anything else, so it's gonna be versus Bitcoin. Well, oh fuck me. This is, I don't know, guys. I don't. All right, so this looks bearish. Not looking very strong. But if we can reclaim this area up here, if we can reclaim 33,400 sats, I would be looking for a move up into this area and possibly continue the trend upwards, right? So I would be looking for something like this, right? But right now it kind of looks like it might be coming in for a potential bearish retest. You guys, like, remember, if you've got any new people in here, remember we got a 7 days trial on 7 days trial for Birbness, so remember to check it out. I'm gonna drop a link in the chat again. I know I've been spamming that link, but it's guys, really, you gotta take advantage of this opportunity because, like, I cannot stress enough how, like, I've been in the Nest Club for, like, as I remember I joined as a contributor last year in November, and I'm obviously biased because I'm a member of the team and a trader over there, but I've been in a lot of paid groups. And before becoming a profitable trader, I was a member of a lot of paid groups. And I can definitely say that the Birdness is one of the best ones. Definitely. I've learned so much from being in the group as a trader. Like, it's unbelievable the amount of knowledge that the other traders are sharing with me too in the team. So imagine as a member, getting to drown yourself in all the knowledge every day that I know I'm shilling it pretty hard now, but, like, from the bottom of my heart, guys, check it out. It's free. You gotta check it out. Don't take my word for it. Check it out by yourself. All right, so XRP USD. I'm gonna take a look at XRP BTC too because I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to see this chart. This is fucking ugly. I'm sure that the XRP army will come up with a reason for this to go 100x. But right now, no thank you. But if we reclaim 2,500 sats, we might see a move up here. And if we reclaim like 2,800 sats, I'm looking for this trade, right? But until then, sorry guys, Ripple company is ripping you off. XRP USDT. All right, so here we go. This is interesting though. This is pretty interesting. We got a weekly bullish order block here, and we now with this pump came down and tested the EQ of that order block. So this is interesting. I'm liking this. If we can hold this level, and if we can reclaim 0.2192, we let's make this a zone, because I think it's makes sense like that. So we reclaim that area, and I think we might see a move higher, but this is obviously dependent on how Bitcoin moves, because as you can see, this is pretty much a repeat of Bitcoin's price action, right? We broke down, and this is Bitcoin at this is Bitcoin at 8K, and just like it, everything I said about Bitcoin applies to this and all other USDT pairs, pretty much. We got some outliers, but still, this is, it's pretty much the same, right? So anything else you want to take a look at, and I'll gladly take a look at it. Is BCH bullish? Probably not. We are in a, we should have it on another exchange. Sure. Coinbase, does it have more price data? Where do we have the most price data? Rob, is Bitstamp? Probably Bitstamp. Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, I guess it's yeah, I mean, sure, it's daily trend is not bearish, but obviously, I mean, if we lose this area, I'd be bearish on this one, and if we take at this area, I'd be bullish. Trade in this range, and I'd be just neutral, really. Link USDT. All right, let's take a look. Link USDT. Well, this I had a setup planned here. Take profit up here, got hit, but nothing interesting really. I never took this trade, and I don't think I've ever posted this trade, but it was something I was looking for, and I was waiting for a daily open and close above this red box resistance before longing. So I wanted to see a daily open and close above here. I would then long the first retest. We got a very classic, I don't know what happened here. We got a very classic fake out on a daily, and this is the reason why I wait for daily open and closes if you're trading after daily, because you're gonna, like, if you wait for a daily open and close, the chances of you getting faked out is much smaller, right? So link USDT, let's see, we lost this area here. Let's see, where do we have the RLC of this move? Got it right here, all the way down here. All right, so where do we have the weekly 21 EMA? All the way down here. Yeah, so I think link is heading down here. I think this is our area that we want to retest. Down around $3, I think link is going to. I mean, that's just me taking it one level at a time. This would obviously be invalidated if we get a daily open and close above 3.9 or around $4 area. All right, I think I'm actually going to start to wrap it up, and I'm going to wrap it up by looking at Bitcoin once again. See what's happening. Let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. Yeah, I don't like this type of price action right here. I'm like, looking at it this way, it could go either way, to be honest. That's why I'm not looking to trade this move right now. I'm really not, because I think, like, with the weekly close coming up, sure, if we get a weekly close above this area, let's say above, if we get a weekly close above 8,500, I think we are most likely headed to, 9,000. So the weekly close is obviously important, because closing the weekly above 8.5, I'm going to consider that bullish, to be honest. We got it in 4 hours, and it's definitely a possibility. If we close the weekly below this green box support, which is around 8.4, so below 8.5 bullish, below 8.4 bearish, and the next level ahead below is between 8,000 and 8,700. And so that's basically what I'm looking on Bitcoin. A possible trade coming up. I think a possible trade for Bitcoin would be longing down here with an average entry at the last high pre-breakout, which is this candle here. Stop loss placement on this one is hard. Like it's super hard for stop loss placement on this one, because that's what I want to wait for, an actual stop run. I would then long confirmation of a bounce. I'm not seeing anything in a clear setup right now. I mean, we do have a very nice last high pre-breakout, which is this candle here, but the fact that I can't really find any decent stop loss levels makes me think we need to wait for a bounce and long the actual bounce. I mean, sure, we could put a stop down here, but I'm not sure. My video, my camera is gone. There, what's up, guys? Sorry about that. So could have a stop down here, but that's just way too close to support, and it's pretty much on these highs here. So no good area for a stop loss right here. So that's the reason for me to wanted to, there's a lot of people who wanted to long here. So let those people get stopped out before you long, right? So let's see a move like this, right? Everybody who's long gets liquidated down here, and that's when you enter the game, because this is where the big players are buying, right? If everyone is buying here, this is where the big players is going to fill, the whales is going to fill their pockets by hunting the stops of the little people. You don't want to be the little people. You want to wait for confirmation. Do not short based on FOMO. Do not long based on FOMO. You long and short based on set technical levels and strategy and planning, right? If you don't have a plan, you don't have a trade. If you don't have a proper stop loss, you don't have a plan. Alright guys, so any last questions before I end the stream? I just want to say thank you for everyone who joined. It's been my pleasure really, and it's been really fun doing this for you guys tonight, and I hope I can do many more like this in the future. And right now I'm planning for the week ahead, because we're having this 7-day trial, so we got a lot of stuff going on in the Birb nest, so definitely good opportunity to check that out. So I'm going to plan my days. I'm probably gonna do like 3 or 4 private streams in the Discord next week, and if there's a trade on Bitcoin, you will definitely know on stream. And like I said, I think the alt market is gearing up for a pretty nice move, and I'll show you quickly why. I'll quickly show you why. Thanks, Vapor Wizard. I very much appreciate that. All right, so let's just quickly before I end take a look at this right here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, sorry about that. So, what does this tell you? Well, it tells me personally that Bitcoin is going down and approaching This is a red box, it should be green because it's support. But imagine if Bitcoin dominance, and first let me just explain to you guys, if Bitcoin dominance falls, that means like the Bitcoin dominance is based on how many percentage of the crypto market, the valuation of the crypto market is in Bitcoin compared to alts. So if 60% of the value of the crypto market is in Bitcoin, that means 40% is in alts, right? So when the Bitcoin dominance chart falls, when this goes down, it means that the altcoin dominance goes up, which means that money flows out of Bitcoin into altcoins. So when this one loses support, it will go down. And when it goes down, altcoins goes up. So what are we seeing? We're seeing a crazy pump from the Bitcoin dominance, and alts got absolutely wrecked in this time, right? I don't know, we might be in for a pretty nice alt window or even an alt season if this breaks, because remember what happened here, remember what happened back in January. We had a lot of fucking good trades on alts, like we made a lot of money here. This is what we want to see, right? We want to see a move like this and we want to make money, right? So keep your eyes on the BTC dominance chart. I will keep updating this on Twitter and in my streams, obviously. All right, so that's it, guys, and yeah, take care, everyone, and really appreciate that you guys join, and don't forget to check out the 7 Dice trial if you want to see more streams like this. It's free, guys, don't be stupid. It's free money, basically. Take the chance. All right, guys, so thanks again for watching, and we'll see you hopefully in my next stream. Take care, guys. All right, so let's see where I actually press, where I actually stop the stream. Well, it's funny, my Firefox window actually crashed when I tried to end the stream, so it's kind of like the Bitcoin gods don't want me to end the stream, seems. But let's see, let's just see if I can do Control Alt Delete or F4. That works. If it works, see you on the other side.